Tom MacDonald, the racist. Tom MacDonald castles. Let's get into it.
I see you at the liquor store, leaving with the cheapest can of beer on the shelf. You ain't living on the street, but you barely making rent, and I relate because I'm struggling myself. I see you smile at the clerk when you fumble through your purse. I just wish I had a little more to help. I imagine where you're living, how you feeling, what you love, and who you'll be if you can make it out your hell. I see you at the bus stop, looking at the sidewalk, smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride. Kinda limp when you walk and look away. When you talk, you're ashamed, I can see it in your eyes. Probably got a NASCAR shirt and a car that you love, but you're here cause you're too afraid to drive. It's been almost 10 years since the day that you crashed, can't forget about the little boy's life. Everybody's got a story, if you look a little closer, you can see it in the wrinkles in their face.
Different sound.
What is he talking about? Almost 10 years since you crashed?
Mm-hmm.
Is he talking about something specific?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I like what he's doing here, though. Everybody has a story, and he's getting into people's stories. It's like a lot of people, you see them, you just judge them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
you have no idea what they've been through.
Or how their childhood was. Like, we don't know anything.
Or how their present is.
Right.
Especially since the pandemic.
But then with the present thing, you'll see people and be like, oh, well, they made bad decisions, that's why they're here. Which, yes, that's going to be true. We don't know where they started and what kind of setup they had in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have a nice, stable, two-parent household, good parents, no kind of trauma, molestation, any of that kind of stuff, it's easier to make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have add in any kind of trauma kind of thing in the mix, or instability and all this stuff, abuse, and it becomes a lot harder to make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like how he's getting into everyone has a story.
Wonder what his shirt is about, too. Creep show.
Right.
The car that you love, but you're here because you're too afraid to drive. It's been almost 10 years since the day that you crashed, can't forget about the little boy's life. Everybody's got a story, if you look a little closer, you can see it in the wrinkles in their face. They can hide it in the silence, they can bury it and fight it, but it comes out when the hair is turning gray. You can feel it if you touch them, you can tell that they are troubled, you can hear the story running through their veins. We all travel different roads and we put on different clothes, underneath it all we're really all the same. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We've all...
Okay, so this is Tom MacDonald, the racist. Talking about we all different clothes and stuff like that, but underneath we're all the same.
Right.
Such a controversial guy. I mean, based on some of the titles, I guess we'll get to some more controversial stuff, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Like, he's definitely on some more unifying stuff. Most of the songs we've heard so far, like, all of them have been more unifying. One was, shots at the haters, but all the other ones have been more, like, definitely on the spectrum of unification versus division.
Oh, we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. I see you sitting on the front porch playing with a radio, looking to the sky. Probably living in that house all alone these days, trying to find a better way to pass time. Got a wheelchair ramp leading up to the door, I can see that you walk just fine. Probably hate it cause it isn't getting used anymore, and you only ever build it for your wife. Everywhere that I walk, see you on the sidewalk, begging for a little loose change for some dope. Probably got a mama and a papa spending everything they make, trying to clean you up enough to take you home. Used to have a good job, used to get good grades, used to have big dreams, and he lost hope. When your girlfriend died, giving birth to your son, you're the father that'll probably never know. Everybody has a tale that they're too afraid to tell, you can see it in the cracks in their hands. They can cover it with smiles if you walk a couple miles in their shoes and you'll know where they stand. Everyone who really lived had to climb out of a ditch they were in before they found the right path. If you want to know the truth about what we've been going through, then try to put your phone away so you can ask. We've all got problems and we all feel alone.
Want to know the truth about what we've been going through? Put your phone away and ask. It's such a simple message, but it's so potent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it is.
I definitely, I dig the message. Like, this song's not my favorite sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I dig the message in the song.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
I don't know if this is going to remind you guys of this, but Rent. The musical Rent. There's a song, and it's like 525,600 minutes. Have you heard that song?
Like how much time is in a year or something
Yeah,
like that.
and then
I
like
saw it on a
every
commercial.
single like the whole premise of that play is like every character has a story, and they're all like and sharing in their suffering, but like every story is unique, and so it like goes in each story. But this reminds me of that.
We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We are the neighbors that you'll never meet.
But I got goosebumps during that part just because there's so many different kinds of people. Just the imagery, you know what I mean? It really adds to the message. It really like brings it in.
It's powerful because it's like you really don't know, like you don't even know the person that you like are with all that. Like you don't know your roommates and your spouse as much as you think you know them.
Right.
So it's like strangers.
The stones. We are the neighbors that you'll never meet. We are the strangers walking down your street. We are a million faces in the crowd. We are the ones the system's tearing down. We are the people working to survive. We are more than just our 9 to 5s. We are the shopping malls and streetcars. We are one. It's time to tell them just who we are. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. We could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones.
I like that message.
I was like, I like what they did with the name of the song too, Castles. You could fill your coffin with the sticks and the stones. You could build your castle with it.
No, the rocks.
Rocks and...
Fill your coffin with the rocks.
Yeah.
Or build your castle with sticks and stones.
Yeah.
But I like it because this is like before him today. So he literally took the sticks and stones of like his early... Because he still had the braids and stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he started... I mean, I'm sure he got a lot of hate in the rap industry. And then he started to build his castle. So it's like a nice look back.
So you showed me an Instagram post from him the other day that he used to be an alcoholic. It's like I could tell with songs like this that he's been through things, because it's like oftentimes after you go through stuff, you have so much more sympathy and even some level of empathy for people going through things.
Yeah, definitely.
But before you go through something like that, like an addiction or anything like that, is that you kind of just judge everyone. Well, really, I'm just talking about myself, but I mean, I'm guessing other people do it too. It's like before going through anything, I would kind of more judge people.
Just like stop doing it if you don't
Right.
want to be addicted.
On the street because you do drugs, you deserve it. You make your decisions. It's like, then after you go through addiction or something yourself, it's like, okay, it's different. You know, it's not that simple, and you never know why someone this and that. Like, what was their childhood like? Just so many factors. I'm just much more compassionate for people going through things after going through something myself. I mean, and hopefully that's not what it takes for everyone. You know what I mean? But it might. But I could tell, like, you showed me that post, he's an alcoholic. You can see it here. He has much more compassion for people going through things.
I feel like a lot of artists, too, once they get more famous and get more views and stuff, they don't make songs about things people are actually going through. They make songs about, like, big old butts and, like, crazy amount of money and, like, trapping, but, like, they don't actually do it.
But I see why the media tries to tear Tom MacDonald down, because, I mean, his message in this song, unity. We are one. You know, we're all the same. It's like, they don't like that. They don't want
powerful.
that. Right.
I saw somebody said in the comments, like, if they just label him a racist, then the people who need to hear his message most won't get it. And that's a fact. I can't wait to show him to people.
Right?
Introduce some people.
That's going to be fun. But yeah, and being unapologetically himself is like, people, like, society doesn't want that either.
No.
You know what I mean? They want you to fall in line. So it's
Right.
like, oh yeah, I can see why they try and tear him down all the time.
I feel like this is what I feel like a lot of people miss. Like when they talk about individuality and freedom and self-expression and all this stuff, it's like, well, this would technically be like the epitome of it.
Right.
Because, I mean, some of it, you could say his look is going towards mainstream rapper. But he's doing a lot of stuff that's not mainstream at all. And he doesn't care. It's like he does what he wants to do, whether it's with the mainstream or not.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of people, it's almost like if you're not everything mainstream, then you're not an individual, which is so backwards, which concerns me about the future because the youth will not be able to differentiate between actual individuality and not. But
Right.
because, like, how are kids supposed to know? They're growing up. When you're little, you just kind of copy what's around you.
Right.
So how are they supposed to know what's right and left when everybody's saying left is right and right is left? And, like, you know what I mean? It's all just super crossed up and confused.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be an interesting world.
Like, freedom and individuality is actually being a carbon copy of the same narrative of everyone. I mean, it's like, I am definitely concerned about. We're going to be those old people that are like, oh, wow, the kids have no future. Because, you know what I mean? It's like, what if we're like the last of, like...
Last of a dying breed.
Yeah, what if we're like the last of like a sort of not being so... Like, the media has grabbed a hold on so many young people, and I feel like that really stronghold starts right under our age group. Like, right on... Like, even...
Like Gen Z.
Yeah.
I mean, even millennials, it's like, it's very hit or miss.
It's very hit or miss.
It's like, they did a number on our generation too, but yeah, Gen Z is
But they're like questioning everything. I feel like that has completely faded. Like, I don't know any young people, like early 20s teenagers right now, that are actually questioning everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're more like riding waves.
Yeah, but it's like when we were teenagers, we still questioned everything. You know? So, I don't know. Weird times. Thanks, guys, for watching this video with us. Comment below your thoughts. And any other older Tom MacDonald stuff we should check out. We definitely want to hear about it. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to our channel for more like this. And until next time, that's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. We to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.